Good morning. So where I am at the moment is a great place, a great hike just outside Port Douglas. It's in a national park, and where I am hiking at the moment is called the Bump Track. Now the cool thing about the Bump Track is it's been around for thousands of years, and a little bit of knowledge behind it was that they used to use this trail, which you can see is quite steep behind me coming up, and they used to bring a lot of their cattle through, horses, cows, carrying a lot of cargo, food, supplies, and they would continue along going up the ridge, and just over the ridge is a flat space, and then it becomes easier. You go downhill for a while. It's a 12-kilometre loop, and they call that bit up there the landing, where they knew that the animals would love to rest there because they knew it was all downhill after that. And what's great about it is you're surrounded by beautiful rainforest and things. So there's no water on this track. So they also knew that the animals would have some time to rest because they'd be exhausted coming up this hill, because it is quite steep and it goes on and on and on. So this is the Bump Track. It's really cool, just outside Port Douglas, 19 minutes south, so heading towards Cairns. And I've come up here this morning to do some training for the UTA, which is a race in May this year. Every May they have a race called the Ultra Trail Australia, and it's in the Blue Mountains. And over here I'm looking out towards, it's a bit hard to see, but I'm looking out towards the east coast, so the Pacific, and beautiful mountains. And I think it can, oh yeah, there we go. It's just beautiful land, really cool. So this year I've entered into a 100-kilometre run. So it's quite a hilly run. It's quite it's a lot of stairs. And so this trail, if anyone's entered the UTA, if anyone is looking for some endurance training, then definitely hit the trails in North Queensland. You probably have a lot around your area as well. But since I've been up in Cairns, Trinity Beach, even north, Port Douglas, I found some beautiful trails that are really great for training. So some tips for training if anyone's considering doing the Ultra Trail Australia, which is a 25-kilometre, a 50 or 100, is start training now. It's in May, it's not many months away, and start training in the morning. Get it out of the way, and do some training where it's not just roads, it's trails as well, because the trail in the Blue Mountain is all trail. There's no bitumen and there's stairs. So if you can find a park or a trail that's got a lot of stairs, head there, because that's going to do you justice. You might have been following me for a little bit. I've been doing this Earl Hill in Trinity Beach, and that's got some stairs as well. And with this one, the Bump Track, there's no stairs, but it's completely steep trail. So it's very good as well for training. So get up early, plan your day. When that alarm goes, just get out of bed, get it out of the way, and you'll be so pleased that you did it. And I've only got a few months away as well. Another great thing I'd recommend is even start training without water. So even if you can do up to 10 kilometres without water, it's going to help. It starts pushing your body a bit more. I've noticed the last couple of months that I haven't been using water or taking water supply with me. I've been pushing myself more and more and more, and I'm finding that if I do carry water with me, I'm using water more, and it's just great to push your body to a bit more of a limit. I do take some water just before I run, but it's great to push yourself every now and again. Another great tip is I've actually stopped using music. So if you guys are using music when you run and you're running in these beautiful areas, national parks, exploring the places around your area, it's so awesome just to use your training just for you, and explore the beautiful national parks or the areas around you, and listen to the wildlife, listen to the birds. You get to notice other things, and you have more of a touch, I guess, with nature. So it's really cool as well, and you don't rely on music, you don't rely on that techno or something to get you through the hard times. Because what if you're in a race, or what if you're in an event where you forget your earphones, or you forget your phone, or your phone dies? How are you going to get through that event if you have practiced with music the whole time, if you're trained with music the whole time? So that's another tip. I'd also recommend training with someone, and because it's always great to train with someone, have an accountability partner, and someone who can push you to your limits a bit more. So today I'm training with Wayne, my partner, and he pushes me all the time. So I'm pushing myself every time to that competitive side comes out. I want to be as close to him so I can see him all the time, him going around stairs and around sides. I want to keep an eye on him all the time, so I'm bettering myself. But just be mindful that if you do that, there is a tendency of comparing as well. So if you do lose that companion person that you're doing it with, if you start to lose them, if you start to slow down, or they start to become faster, you start to compare yourself. So you fall into that little deception stage of comparing. And then when that happens, you kind of lose belief in yourself, and then your head starts, the voices in your head start to come out like, oh, slow down, you don't have to go this fast, you're not a very good runner, you're shit, quite really bad things. The little man in your head starts to say some really bad things to you. So just be mindful that when you are operating without music, when you are by yourself in a rainforest, the little man in your head can come out. So just be mindful just to push that person out of your head. He's not even there, and just continue on, focus on your own journey, and have a good training session, and obviously be prepared. If you're not carrying water, have water in your car and things like that. I'm using a hydrolyte in my water at the moment called Amped Hydrate, and I've just got that sitting in my car at the moment. So a few tips for you this morning. This is the beautiful bump track. This is the lookout. This is a 12-kilometer loop. On average, I think it takes about 3 hours to complete, but we're on time this morning, so I'm going to head down and continue exploring Port Douglas today. But thanks for tuning in. And if anyone else is doing the Ultra Trail Australia this year, and you have some extra tips as well, let me know. I'd love to hear, and I'd love to hear how everyone else's training session is going. Anyway, this is the view again before I head down. Beautiful Pacific, all the hills and valleys. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and have a great day. See ya.